34F. Can't get my boyfriend, 30M, to climax. Hi Reddit. I met my boyfriend a few months ago off of Reddit of all places. I'm mad about him in the best way. Even though it's only been a short time, we've fallen hard for each other. I came into the relationship not being anywhere near a virgin, which wasn't the case for him. He was a virgin. When we first began having sex, he had a hard time finishing and said that it was related to anxiety, which I understood. But then with time, he began to finish more consistently and I put it up to him becoming more comfortable and confident sexually. It felt great. The last couple weeks however, he's not reaching climax and I cannot help but internalize it as something I'm doing wrong. I hate it so much, I can't help but feel like I fail each time we have to stop and give up without him finishing. It's causing me so much anxiety in a domain that I'm actually fairly confident in, and it's making me not want to have sex. Whenever I ask him about it, he assures me there's nothing wrong and that it's just due to him focusing too much on finishing and psyching himself out. But I can't help but to think there's more to it than that and he's too embarrassed to tell me the truth. Here's the things I've considered. Hygiene. I'm super conscious of hygiene. I shower, shave once or twice per day, and I often douche before sex just to be absolutely sure. Attractiveness. I don't think I'm a supermodel but I'm fit with a fairly nice shape and I haven't drastically changed how I look. Bedroom dynamics. I go out of my way to ensure that there's an air of openness and acceptance in the bedroom. I'm down for pretty much anything. I'm fairly confident that I give great head, and I'm enthusiastic about sex. I've encouraged him to be open with me as he discovers what he likes, and I think for the most part he has. Condoms. We typically, although admittedly not always, use condoms and he has failed to climax with and without them. It doesn't seem to affect things. Am I missing something glaringly obvious? What should I do? Or maybe the better question is what could I be doing that's contributing to this? Too long did not read. I met my boyfriend on Reddit a few months ago. He was a virgin, I wasn't. We began having sex and at first he struggled to climax, but then things got easier as he became more comfortable. But lately, it's like we've gone backward and he cannot finish, but he says everything's fine and I DK what to do. I am guessing this is from him over-jerking and having a porn addiction of some type. Dude's been using his own hand for 30 years. It's nothing like a vagina. He has to stop masturbating and watching porn. My boyfriend didn't and now he's not my boyfriend anymore. He may have porn addiction death grip. Believe him, and figure out how to get over your insecurity. This happens sometimes, it's not uncommon and not actually a big deal. He's given you reassurance it's not you, so focus on maximizing the bits of sex you both enjoy, and let him finish on your boobs or something. Guy here, I've definitely gotten too focused on trying not to climax, so as to better satisfy my partner, and ended up not climaxing at all. My 25 male girlfriend, 26 female, who I live with told me she thinks I might not be good enough for her. So this just happened. We were watching a movie, and after we finished, she said, "I wonder if you're good enough for me," kinda what the movie was about. At first, I thought she was joking, but she was dead serious. For more context, she basically told me she doesn't think I have a future because I wasn't able to save enough money till now. I've been working a white-collar job for a little over 2 years now, and I don't have a lot saved up as I had other expenses. I'm honestly shocked and don't really know what to think. This feels humiliating as I know my career is moving in the right direction. I'm even thinking about taking a mortgage soon, so it feels weird for her to say that. We've been together for about 2 years and living together for 6 months. We've never had any major fights, but this might be the first time I'm actually upset with her. We always split the bills, rent, so I don't know where that came from, and I don't know what to think about this. Thoughts? Too long did not read. My girlfriend said she wonders if I'm not good enough for her and I don't know what to think. Edit. It's now morning, and I thought I would do a quick update. Thanks for all your thoughts. Despite the vast majority of you saying I should break up, life is not so black and white, and I was not willing to throw away a relationship we had for almost 2 years over a single conversation without talking it out first. She apologized to me first thing in the morning and said she didn't want it to come out like this. She stands by the fact I don't know how to save money, but she doesn't think I am not good enough. I told her how it made me feel and asked if, given the chance, she would want to pursue a relationship with someone wealthier, to which she immediately declined. I know her long enough to know she felt really bad for what happened last night, but none of this changes the fact that what she said really hurt. In the past 2 years, we've never had a similar situation or any other argument over money, so I do believe she didn't mean it that way. Some of you might think I'm dumb for staying in this relationship, but the past 2 years are the happiest I've ever been. China called, and they asked they can borrow this red flag when your girlfriend is done with it. Your girlfriend has demonstrated through her question that she views herself as superior to you. If you look back, I suspect you'll find more demonstrations of her view that you overlooked. It's my observation that the best relationships have people who look at their counterpart as a partner. They don't ask, is my partner good enough for me? But, am I being a good partner for them? Finally, I sincerely doubt this idea just popped into her head. I can almost guarantee you that this cancerous thought has been metastasizing for a while. I am sorry about your impending breakup. If this relationship does not end by your hand, it likely will by hers. Possible theory. She's now in the back half of her 20s and is feeling like you, as a couple, should be farther ahead than where you are. You're 2 years into your current career and she's not seeing much progress, making her think you're not a great long-term prospect. That's not terribly fair. You're a year behind her, which is significant at your stage of life, but it sounds like where she's coming from. I'd be thinking that you're getting compared unfavorably to one or more people in her circle. What do you know about her coworkers? And yes, this sucks. That's an incredibly insensitive thing to say to a partner you care about. Understand, my dude, life is a marathon, not a race, and for some people it takes longer, and it's understandable. This is just a low point in your life. You need someone who can be there for you with the lows and highs. What happens if y'all are married and you lose your job? Is she gonna cheat or leave? You don't know, but her actions right now are not telling me she supports you or your lowest. Well, I'll tell you what. If you drop her as an expense, you'll be able to save a lot more. Either you accept that you aren't good enough for her, and feel like shit, or you decide you are good enough for her and feel like she doesn't see your value. Either way sucks ass. Don't accept a relationship that predicates making you feel like crap. My 28M girlfriend, 24F, went on a girls' trip and met with an ex-fling. We have been together for 5 months. She is a single mother, but things have been going well. Normal baby daddy drama. She goes to the clubs with her friends. I trust her. So when she said she's going on a girls' trip for a weekend with her single friends, I encouraged her to go have fun and enjoy herself. We talked every day. She told me what she was doing and what was going on, calling when she was drunk just to tell me she had ate popcorn, was telling me all the details. Fast forward 2 weeks and she's been telling white lies, and I've been noticing, so I ask her about it and ask if there's something bigger. She says not in her mind but probably in my mind. I inquire and she reluctantly tells me that she met up with an ex-fling while on the girls' trip. He picked her up and they drove around and talked, or caught up, as she puts it. She says all her exes still talk with her and that she doesn't think it was weird, then said she only gave him a hug goodbye. I'm feeling rather disrespected and lied to, as she had clearly planned on meeting with him and made an effort to not tell me about it. They met in a private place, not a coffee shop, not at the cabin with her friends, who also apparently knew she was doing this. She seems to think that they are just friends and he isn't interested in her for more than catching up and sharing where they are in life. Is my thinking rational to think that not communicating that you're going to hang out with an ex-romantic partner in private while on a trip with your single friends is a break of trust and disrespect in the relationship? You were absolutely disrespected. She lied about it, and that tells you all you need to know. There's only one reason to randomly meet up with someone you previously had sex with, and it isn't to catch up. She's a single mother and in her free time she's going clubbing and weekend girls' trips, all the while meeting her ex and lying to you about it? She is not ready to settle down, and she's clearly not that into you. Why are you with her? If she has to lie, it's not innocent. She's not trustworthy. Relinquish the kid and go about your business. Do you get paid for being her babysitter? It's barely been 5 months and already having trust issues. She's not the one, dude. My boyfriend, 21M. Said I, 19 female, M2 forward. The title is brief because I don't really know how to condense this down into a title-size sentence. For context, my boyfriend and I have been together for 5 months. I feel like nothing I do is right for my boyfriend, or that nothing I try to be is right. A few weeks ago, he complained that overall I was too quiet and too reserved. I'm a naturally quiet and reserved person, but I figured I could try to be less quiet and less reserved for him since we spent a lot of time together and it made sense. Then a few days ago he complained that I was too loud and too forward, and that I was pushing him away. I apologized and said I'd try to be less loud, forward in the future. He hasn't spoken to me since. Honestly, I don't know what to do in this situation. I could see where he was coming from when he said I was too quiet, but I really can't when he said I'm too loud or forward, as I didn't change much. I just tried to let my goofy side out a bit more to match his. Obviously neither version of myself was what he wanted, but I don't want to keep changing myself and trying to be someone I'm not for him when I don't even know what he wants. Also, a part of me can't help but think that he is only saying this now because he is looking for a way to break up with me before he goes on a lads trip abroad in a few weeks so that he can sleep around with a clear conscience. What should I do in this situation? I'm really confused. Too long did not read. My boyfriend said I was too quiet, and I changed for him. Now he thinks I'm too loud and forward. I don't know what to do. This reminds me of my relationship with my ex. Your boyfriend should love you for who you are and not expect you to change. You're only 5 months in my opinion it would be best to move on and find someone who loves you for you. Leave. You shouldn't have to change anything about yourself, he should be accepting everything about you. And it does sound like he may be looking for an excuse if he's going on a trip. It doesn't make sense, he should just own it instead of making you feel bad. Just my opinion. Any man that asks you to change yourself for him isn't worth the time. Let this one go and be a learning experience for you. If you ever speak to him again, tell him he's rude and obnoxious, then move on to someone who's not.